Disclaimer. This is a topic that goes way deeper in the depth I'm diving into in this video. This video is not a breakdown of Chicago gang politics. In this video, my plan is to take an overall look at JB Bin Laden's life and legacy, commenting on what I feel could have led him into getting involved in street politics, and explaining how I feel JB was the Forrest Gump of Chicago drill, of how this motherfucker is connected to literally everything and everyone in the scene. Thanks! Hope you enjoy. JB Bin Laden is a Chicago drill legend who has been making waves in the Chicago drill scene since the inception of the drill movement. JB was right hand to LA Capone before his unfortunate murder, as well as being one of the first Bloodhound artists to ever pick up the mic, period. He wasn't the exact first, but he was definitely the most popular. Given how many places JB Bin Laden pops up later, and the multitude of features and random friendships he has in Chicago, it's safe to say this motherfucker is the Forrest Gump of drill. Name an important figure in drill? I bet JB's in the frame, and if he's not in the frame, he's definitely around the fucking corner. This is the story of JB Bin Laden. Being born on the south side of Chicago and raised on 71st and King Drive, JB Bin Laden's upbringing wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary for a Chicago youth. Ordinary, of course, in this case, meaning poverty and gangs were very prevalent in JB's early life. Not at all helped by the fact that JB's financial situation was never completely stable. He recalls in future interviews that sometimes he'd have everything he wanted as a kid, but other times he'd go hungry. His upbringing being a mix of ups and downs, in my opinion, gave him the good outlook of it is what it is and just flow with whatever life throws at you. Sometimes, however, life throws you some curveballs. JB Bin Laden wouldn't start his delinquency streak until he reached middle school, as most troublemakers do. In around 8th grade, JB Bin Laden would become really close friends with someone y'all all should know if y'all fuck with drill. That person, of course, being LA Capone. There are a plethora of squad pictures of LA and JB when they were younger, and seeing how JB would speak on them in later life, they seem almost as close as brothers. Along with the rest of his future Bloodhound compatriots, JB would also hoop as a kid. I'm telling y'all, we could have seen the coldest lineup of all time if all the Bloodhounds kept up with their dream and kept up with their basketball shit. I just want to see one match, dude, just one. With all jokes aside, in his 16 Shot 'em interview, JB would mention going to parties, stealing, and fighting when he was younger. I'd say this is average teenage behavior, besides the fact that these acts would escalate over time. By the time they went to high school, schoolyard fights would turn into after-school shootings, and in the smoke of it all, LA Capone and a few of his people picked up rapping and became some of the earliest poppin' artists out of Chicago drill. I should probably specify, LA and his crew were by no means the originator of Chicago drill wave, but they most definitely popularized the scene a lot, and introduced a lot of mainstream viewers to the more street side of shit. It would even be LA Capone that gave JB Bin Laden his stage name, JB Bin Laden, as they were just talking one day and he just decided, yo, that sounds kinda hard type shit. On January 9th, 2013, LA Capone would go on to drop his first ever music video. That video being the vid for his song, Murder, which set the tone for his drill career. The babyface drillers in the music video would turn into the first generation to blow up in the Chicago drill scene. Due to LA Capone's vast success in the Chicago drill scene, JB and a few other artists decided they were going to dip their toe into music as well, but none really took it as seriously as LA Capone, at the time at least. Because of how and where JB Bin Laden grew up, he gained a lot of friendships all over the city of Chicago. From him being cool with Prince Dre, a known O-Block affiliate, to him being extremely close and even being a member of the Bloodhounds, also having pictures with the Bloodhounds' past alliance, current opposition, Trap City, and having a plethora of videos and photos posted up with them. With how many people he knows, he might low-key be the most influential person in Chicago drill, just off of like appearances. I generally look at this motherfucker as the Forrest Gump of drill, because everywhere I look, he's there. I can't escape the fucker. Pushed by LA Capone and other people in 400 East, JB Bin Laden would begin rapping, the earliest track I could find being a November 18th, 2013 feature on the song Motivation. Both JB and LA Capone would gain traction very quickly as fans were hungry for this new, raw drill sound that Chicago was coming out with. It's hard to stress how hard artists like LA, JB, and Chief Keef affected rap culture back then. Damn near everything shifted with the explosion of Chicago talent. especially LA Capone. While I'm not the one who's gonna go into the who killed who's and the trying to track down every single gang war skirmish, if you want that type of content, I go for Trap Lord Ross. I still won't understate how much of an effect gang violence stood to play in music. It was damn near central to the drill scene. One such moment would be the shooting that caught LA Capone in the leg a year before his eventual demise. While LA played off the shooting, it was a sobering moment to JB Bin Laden and a few other 400 East members, causing them to go deeper into the trenches than they already were. No feeling is stronger than revenge for a friend. Of course, while JB and crew started diving more into the streets, LA Capone would blow up in the meantime, with songs like Play for Keeps having 63 million views, with other songs like Some More having well over 10 million. I'm pretty sure it's at 14 right now. While JB Bin Laden would never reach those heights musically, he would consistently gain up to 700,000 views a video, averaging around 100,000, which isn't bad at all for a musical artist, especially in 2013. On September 26, 2013, the worst case scenario would happen. LA Capone would be caught leaving a studio in Chicago and would be shot and killed, succumbing to a wound in his leg, eerily similar to the shooting that happened a year prior in 2012. The murder of LA Capone broke JB as they were extremely close. You can see the genuine care JB has for Capone in any interview he is asked about him. It's pretty genuinely heartwarming. JB would go on to describe LA as one of the best souls he knew, saying that he was ultra charismatic and always joking around. The unfortunate passing of LA Capone would inspire many artists around him to begin taking music more seriously. One such artist, of course, being JB Bin Laden. With songs like Kill or Be Killed getting 700,000 views, you wouldn't be amiss in thinking that JB was on the fast track to become mainstream. In all honesty, he pretty much was. From here on, JB would continue to release consistent music, getting good to decent views, only really dropping off posting a bit in 2020-2019. This slow period of music would start fan inquiries on Reddit of people wondering where he went off to. Some motherfuckers claiming he went back to scamming and trapping. That was until the new Bloodhound wave began to bubble, of course. Originally doing songs with Bloodhound Z Money, JB would do his best to put on his fellow Bloodhound affiliates. Lil Jeff's first song ever, in fact, Bloody Family, would be a song featuring JB, and JB was said to have pushed Vert into rapping as well. We might not even ever have this new wave of crash outs without JB helping push them and inspire them. The most popular recent song of JB Bin Laden would be dropped on March 16th, 2024. The track Run But Can't Hide, featuring none other than Bloody Hound Lil Jeff. Now I feel would be a great time to speak on JB's drug use. While I understand where it comes from, as losing friends and loved ones early is never easy, I think he, like Rel Vert, leans too heavily on substances to cope. Damn near every interview I see, from 16 Shot Him one 4 years ago to fucking Brandon Buckingham in 2024, this motherfucker is zooted out his mind, barely putting sentences out. Maybe I'm sensitive to this shit off having parents who are on drugs, but this shit always depresses the fuck out of me. Given how many friendships he has, and how many artists he pushed to shine, I feel he has a lot more to give to the world, and I hate to see that light in someone's eyes be squandered off a substance they can't shake. It's just sad to me. Given that JB Bin Laden is still making music to this day, with songs like UTP, and with interviews with people like Brandon Buckingham, ignore the fact they got shot at, I feel JB still has a bright future ahead of him if he can chill on the drugs a bit and keep his people doing good. He can already be a great role model to Vert, Q50, and Big Op off him already having industry experience. I just hope to God he capitalizes off of it. If you like this video, be sure to like, comment who y'all trying to see next, and subscribe with the bell to be notified of all my future uploads. And of course, if I miss anything, or I just don't know something, do let me know in the comments. I'll put everything in the description, or I'll put it into a future video. With all that out the way, peace out. Chill out.
Fight for the future.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
They're doing their part.